Okay, so now what we are going to do is to look at addition with a little bit of geometric interpretation. So this is the Argand diagram. So let us say that I have Z1. Now Z1, let us say, is 3 plus 2i. What point is that? It will be 3 like this and 2 like that. Okay, so let us say that this was 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then similarly I have 1, 2. So this would be 2. Now that would be I and that would be 2i. So what is 3 plus 2i? 3 and then 2i that way. So 3 comma 2, that is this point. So this is Z1. I can think of this as an arrow like we said before from the origin to that point. Now let us take Z2 and suppose I look at Z2 and I say Z2 is 2 minus I. What does Z2 look like? So it is 2 and a minus 1 on the y-axis, right? So if this was 1, similar distance, this would be minus I. So 2 comma minus 1 would be here. Now this would be Z2. This is Z1, that is Z2. You can think of this point as Z1. You can also think of this arrow as Z1. Now if I want to do this addition, which is Z1 plus Z2, then I'm adding the real numbers. So it's going to become 5 and then plus I. One way to think about Z1 plus Z2 is to say I went this way and now you take this Z2 and move it parallel like that. You understand what I'm asking you to do? Just take this and put it in that way. That's exactly what you do for vectors. So if I move this parallel to itself, where do I land up? So this thing as an arrow is equal to that. That point is not Z2. Z2 is only if you go from the origin. But I am asking you to move Z2 vector. I am going to call this vector. You shouldn't technically call it vector, but the same idea. Think of the arrow, Z2 arrow, and move it all the way there. So this is Z1 arrow and that is Z2 arrow. This is Z1 point, this is Z2 point. That point is not Z2 point. But what is that point? Let us think about that point. This was 3 like this and 2 like that. This had 2 movements this way. So this is going to be 2 steps this way. And then you are moving 1 step that way, right? 1 step downward. So this is minus 1. So this was 2 up, 1 down. So what did you get when you get this whole thing together? 5, because you have gone 3 plus 2 more. This would be 5. And then this is 1 up, right? And so if I now join this, what is this arrow? 5 plus I. 5 plus I. But this is Z1 plus Z2. And since it is starting from the origin, this point is also Z1 plus Z2. It's a lot of stuff to keep in mind, okay? So we are now talking about points as complex numbers. We are also talking about arrows as complex numbers. There's a big difference. An arrow here is equal to an arrow here is equal to an arrow here. As long as the arrow looks the same size and the same direction, it is the same arrow. But this arrow starts here and ends there. The ending point for this, ending point for this, ending point not the same. But if I start at the origin and the arrow ends here, that point is also called this arrow. Okay, that becomes the complex number. The number there for that point, represented by that point, is the same as this arrow. This arrow is the arrow Z2. But this arrow's end point is not the point Z2. Where is the point Z2? Point Z2 is if you took this arrow and started at the origin, you end here. This is point Z2. That is just arrow Z2. So what is Z1 plus Z2? Point. Well, start Z1 here and then Z2. Z1 plus Z2 ends there. This is the arrow Z1 plus Z2. That is the point Z1 plus Z2. Why is that point Z1 plus Z2? Because Z1 plus Z2 arrow starts at origin. Why is that point not Z2? Because Z2 arrow does not start at the origin. It starts somewhere else. Okay. So what is addition? For addition, it's a very simple thing. Suppose I want to do Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. You have a very simple way to think about addition. First, you start by saying, let us draw arrow Z1. Let us draw arrow Z2. Let us draw arrow Z3. From the tail to the head, let us draw a new arrow. What is this arrow? Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Take this arrow and put it at the origin. If this arrow you lift it and place it here, if this arrow ends here, this arrow is still Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. Where does it end? It ends at point which is Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. So this point is the point Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. That is a complex number. This arrow represents this complex number. So it is the same as in vectors. We talk about position vector and vectors that can be moved around. If I want to use this vector to talk about position, the starting point must be the origin. That's all. Otherwise, what is addition? Just simply place one arrow after the other and add. But if you want to think about numbers, this arrow and this arrow, when you are adding, remember the way you add it is to take it there and then just simply place the tail of the second arrow on the head of the first arrow. That is the general addition rule for vectors. Same addition rule for complex numbers. Now it's a very useful thing when you are doing this geometrically. We will see that in a second, because if I try this now, let us say that I have an arrow like this and I'm going to call this Z1. So this is my complex numbers origin, the plane's origin. So if this is arrow Z1, what is this point? Z1. And if I have a new point here and I call this Z2, this arrow is also called Z2. Why is this point Z2 and arrow Z2? Arrow is Z2, but it starts at the origin, so therefore the ending point is Z2. Okay. Now this arrow is Z1, ending point is Z1. Now, what about this arrow? Let us think. Z1 plus something must be equal to Z2. So what is this? Suppose I call this Z dash. Then I know Z1 plus Z dash is Z2. So what is Z dash? Z2 minus Z1. So this is Z2 minus Z1. Do you understand? Now this arrow is Z2 minus Z1. But it's easy to see Z1 plus Z2 minus Z1. Z1, Z1 cancels. So you're left with Z2. Right? Okay. Now the question is, if I ask you, where is this point? Where is this Z dash? Z2 minus Z1. Show me the Z2 minus Z1 point on this plane. Where is it? You understand my question? This arrow is Z2 minus Z1. I want to know, but this is also a complex number. Probably this was some maybe 2 plus 3i, 5 plus 1i. So when I subtract, I'm going to get something plus something I, right? That is a complex number. Where is that complex number? Where will it be? This is the arrow Z2 minus Z1. What about the number Z2 minus Z1? Don't get confused about the two things. Now unfortunately, complex number has become a point, it's also become an arrow. And there is an advantage in thinking of them as the same, but also remembering that they are a little different. Okay, because you can always convert one thing, suddenly you can think of it as an arrow, suddenly you can think of it as a point. Right now this is an arrow. I want the point Z2 minus Z1. So lift this and place it here. Exact same parallel arrow. If I bought this here, this arrow will look like that, and it will end somewhere here. This arrow is the same as that arrow, Z2 minus Z1. But where did it start? Origin. So what about this point? Z2 minus Z1. So how do I subtract arrows? Very simple, like this. So if I want Z2 minus Z1, Z1, Z2. How do I get Z2 minus Z1? No big problem. From Z1 to Z2, draw the arrow. Shift this arrow here. Is that clear? Or, you know how to add. How do you add? Z1 plus Z2. Z1 plus Z2. Now this was nice and simple because origin, so that is the end point. Now I want to do the same thing here. Look at this is a mess, right? This is, the arrow is there, but that point is there, so we have to move the arrow. Is there another way to do it? Absolutely, because if I want Z2 minus Z1, it is Z2 plus minus Z1. How do I find minus Z1? Take this Z1, flip it. Minus Z1 means minus of the x-axis, minus in the y-axis. So just take it and reflect it back like that. This is minus Z1. So it's useful to think geometrically what minus means. Minus means if I had a number like that, minus would mean this. If I had 3i, minus 3i, this. If I had 2 plus 3i, minus 2, minus 3i. So this is minus Z1. Okay, now you have to add this vector to that vector. So if I start with Z2 and take this one and place it there, what was this? Minus Z1. Starting origin, Z2 minus Z1, Z2 minus Z1. So this is arrow Z2 minus Z1, point Z2 minus Z1. When arrows and points are the same, remember it must be only when the starting point was the origin. Otherwise you can have arrows everywhere. Even this can be called Z2 minus Z1. This is also Z2 minus Z1. But that point is not Z2 minus Z1. That point is Z2 minus Z1 only if this arrow starts at the origin. Because for this point, there is an arrow like this. This arrow starts at the origin. So therefore uniquely represents that point. So I hope this is clear. So what we have seen now is geometric interpretation of addition. Okay.